We are here today with Cyril Jeet Gupta. Cyril, welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Mike. It's a pleasure to be here again with you today.
No, I got you last minute. You guys have a special webinar today that I know you're getting ready for, so I'm not going to take too much of your time, but I know that you've got something really exciting, which is why I got you on here last minute. I'm going to read off the headline for this. It's called, I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it Pixci AI? Is that how
Yep,
you're
yep.
saying it?
Pixie AI, that's it. That's correct.
Pixci AI, it says, let AI take over your photo editing, bye hard work in Photoshop, create illustrations, photos, ads, logos, and more with the world's best AIs. Hundreds of ready-made workflows, forget prompts, just click and generate. 25 plus AI models, exclusive and secret AIs included. Before I ask you to bring us in here, I just want to say that there's a lot of amazing AI out there right now, and there's a lot of amazing tools that are all in individual places. They're all over the place. Some of them we might have heard of, some of them that we might not have. Even if you know about them, sometimes using them can be a pain in the butt. You have to do all kinds of crazy things. You have to even install other software to be able to use them, and then it's not really very clear anyway. So I know that you've made something to make this a lot easier for people like me that aren't software developers. I have no idea how to write HTML and do JavaScript and all that stuff. So yeah, bring us into this. What's this all about, and why should we be excited?
Absolutely. Mike, you got the spirit right. Right now, there are actually hundreds of AIs that do different jobs, and some of them are really good at what they do. Like if we talk about graphical AIs, almost everybody has used ChatGPT. Everybody knows about ChatGPT, and maybe some people have used some other AIs, maybe from uh, Bing Create, or maybe they've gone to Leonardo or Midjourney. But that's about it. That's like three or four names. I did a little bit of a survey. I asked some people, how many AIs do you know of? And most people couldn't tell me more than four names.
Yeah.
So there's actually a huge gap right now. There's a lot of research being that's going on AI, and a lot of exciting new products are coming out. But like you said, they're accessible only to developers, because most of these products are models which are maybe generated by open source people, or maybe generated by smaller companies. They don't have the big budget to market them, nor they have any kind of intention to take it out to the market in a massive manner. They created something, they have a small clientele, and they're happy. But some of them are really breakthrough, like they're eons ahead of even something like DALI. For example, I know of an AI called Photo Maker, and there's another AI called Face Too Many, which does a great job of taking a picture. Like it could take my picture right now or your picture right now and put you in any setting. So it could make an anime version of you, it could make a Terminator version of you, it could put you on a special avatar, and like you can just go crazy with it, and it just does literally anything you want while still retaining your face. And DALI can do that. Like DALI is very bad with faces, even in the third iteration. So there are a lot of interesting AIs models that are doing so well, and people just don't have access to it. That's why I have this clear message over here. A lot of AIs are secret, not because they are secret, but it's just impossible to find them. Even if you found them, you would never be able to run them, because they require special environments like Gradio or A11. Like these are crazy complicated
Mhm.
things. And what I did was something very simple. I mean, anybody could do that, but then you have to put all this together. So what I did was put all of these AI models in one place and give them a common interface and make them accessible. So Pixie AI is actually a multi-AI toolkit which connects to all of these AIs in the backend. So right now there are 25. Just a month ago there were 10. So it's already more than double today, and I
Oh, wow.
expect to see that just going on and on, because every month I see at least 5 or 6 exciting new developments, and I intend to bring them all over into Pixie as soon as they're launched. So 25 is what we have right now, and you can literally do anything with it. You could create photographs, you could create logos, signs, banners. You could take your products, you could create product shots, you can take your product shots and put them in different kind of settings. You could create Facebook ads, you could modify your face and avatars, you could actually combine people, you could change hairstyles. So think of it like you could if there is something that AI can do in graphics right now, Pixie has a workflow for this, and Pixie has the model for it. So it just literally does everything that graphics AI can do right now, and all in one place. and I wanted to make it simple. So I need to stress it. What I did was I took the prompting out of AI. So people have been like, I was
Hmm.
just talking to an ace marketer 2 days ago, and he was telling me, that I'm not worried about learning the books right now, or I'm not worried about getting a college education that much, because everybody will have the prime skill of prompting. Like, your accomplishment is going to be as good as how well you can talk to AI. But you shouldn't really have to talk to AI. AI is supposed to be smart. What you should be able to do is just give it the outcome, and it should be able to figure the rest out. So that's what I've tried to do in here. I have created 150 ready to go workflows. So these are like, single click and point things. Like, let's say you want to create a little sign for your business. You want to just make an ad, and you want to
Hmm.
have an older guy just holding a business message from you. Now you shouldn't have to go to some AI and tell them, hey, create blah blah blah, and just try to figure out how many iterations you would need to go through to get to that stage. Now with Pixie, what you do to do is you need to specify who's holding the sign, what's the message, and Pixie does the rest. It will choose, and here's one more thing. Which whatever you want to do, Pixie gives you the right AI for it. Like, if you have 150 tasks or whatever you want to do, uh, every AI is not equal. Like, some AIs are good at something, some AIs are not good at something. Like, some AIs cannot do text that well, but they can do faces very well. So you wouldn't try if you try to use the AI that uses text to do a face, it would fail, and vice versa. So in Pixie, what I've done is, if you select something, it's going to give you the best AI for it at the top. So it does give you the power to select whatever AI you want for any task, but it will always put the best AIs at the top. So you don't need to figure out, hey, which one of these 25 or 30 AIs in the market is going to work for me, and then select it. So Pixie does that for you. You just fill in a couple of places. You don't need to write any prompts, and Pixie gives you the result, which is definitely more than what you would get. Like, typically people need to spend like 30 seconds to generate something with Pixie,
Hmm.
but if they go through the conventional route, it would take a lot longer. And figuring out what the right AIs are, then going and finding a way to make them work, it's a crazy amount of work, which Pixie does, for you.
Yeah, you have to learn. You have to learn every single one in order to actually use them. Let's jump over really quick. I know that you've got a quick demo for people to take a look at. So let's jump over to that demo so people understand a little bit more about what we're talking about, and we'll be back in a sec.
I'm logged in into Pixie, and this is the dashboard. It shows you how many images you generated in the past. So there is a little graph for that. Then you have the recent images over here. So these are the images that were generated by you in the recent past. You can click on any image. It will take you to the image page where you can get more details. And if there were any alternatives, you can see those too. And you can download the image very easily to your computer with just a mouse click. Now, Pixie's special thing is it makes graphic generation, graphic modification easy using multi AIs. The first thing, Pixie has not one but many AIs working inside of it. So, for example, if you look at create image, if you've gone to a website where you have tried to create images using AI, you'll be working only with one AI at a time. But Pixie actually lets you select the AI that you want to work with. We've got Dolly 3, Stable Diffusion, Amazon Titan, Deep AI, DALI 2, Playground, V2, Segmind, and so many more. We have more than 15 AIs in there. And according to the workload that you select, for example, in Create Image, this is what we have. Every workload has a different mix, and some of the workloads are very specialized that work only inside of Pixie. There is no alternative out there. Now, let's talk a little bit more about workloads before we go back here. Pixie has hundreds of ready made workflows. You can create an image, you can modify an existing image, you can create a logo. If you want, you can have a person holding a sign, very good for ads. You can create comic book covers, thumbnails, you can add environments to an image, you can upscale an image, make it larger, you can remove backgrounds, convert photographs to pixels, create t-shirt art, remove blurs, convert drawings to images, restore old photographs, remove watermarks. So if you like an image on a stock photo site and you want to try it before you actually buy it, you can remove the watermark, make your design, and if you like it, then you can buy the image from the stock photo seller. You can also create avatars based on your photographs. You can put in a little bit of text from your blog and create an image for it. You can create typographic designs, enhance images, create graffiti, make posters, convert photo art to pencils, photos to watercolors. It just goes on and on. You can even change your photograph. So if you have a photograph that you want to age, you can do that. You can also select from a series of different hairstyles, give yourself a different hairstyle. You can combine people, add objects like sunglasses, convert photographs to cartoons or anime. It just goes on and on. Change your dressing style, choose from a different set of fashions, dresses. You can also create space art, lots of different kinds of backgrounds, recipe enhancements. You can colorize black and white photographs. You can remove objects from photos. You can also create signs. So if you want to run some ads on Facebook, maybe you have a lot of different options for that too. You can create bottles or product shots with text. You can have phones with text, all sorts of sceneries, sunrises, jungle shots, desertscapes, plains, everything is in here. So let's go out and try some of them. Let's start with create image. So we've got all these different AIs. Let's try and see the difference in each one of them. So here is the prompt. It's a very simple image. I'm going to try Dolly first. Here you have it. This is Dali. This is what Dali has done. Pretty realistic image. I like it. But you know what? This is multi AI. So we got to do more than that. Let's go back. And this time, let's try stable diffusion and let's see what we get. Now, stable diffusion gives you a lot more power and Pixie adapts itself according to the model you select. So here you can actually select the number of images that you want to create. So if you want to create 2 images, you can do that. And you can also select the size of the image. So if you want a small image or a big image or an image in a particular size ratio, Pixie can handle all of that. Let's just go with this right now. So this is done by stability diffusion. You've got 2 images over here. Pretty good stuff too. But since we are multi-model, let's try even more models. What about Amazon Titan? Now this is a model that you will find only in Pixie. Look at this. What a realistic image. This is Amazon Titan for you. And like I said, Pixie gives you so many more different models that you can try. Deep AI, SegMind, Inimagine, different models will give you different kind of results and you will always be able to pick the right one for you. Similarly, in modify image, you can again upload an image and modify it with just a few instructions. Let's take an example. I'm gonna choose face too many this time and just gonna make myself into an oil painting. Let's try that. You can select the number of images if there is an option. In this AI, there's only one. Click next, upload an image. Let's use this one. Click on generate. And here you have an oil painting version of the image. I actually like it. They even gave me a nice setup. Again, we have multiple AI, so you could try the same thing with Stability Diffusion or Style Clip or Photo Maker or Leonardo. Let's try it with Stability. And this time you can generate multiple images. I'll just drag and drop it instead. Here you go. This is what stability does. So you see the difference between different AIs. That AI, the one that I used last time, Face Too Many, did a very different job than stability. So if you have option to select all those different AIs, all those different capabilities, you will be able to get the perfect result for yourself every single time. That's what Pixie does for you. It gives you access to every single AI. For example, for creating logos, definitely some AIs are better than others. Let's try DALI 3. Very simple setup. It's a gardening business. I want a logo for it. Click on generate. And you can see these logo options that Pixie has made for me using DALI 3. And again, let's try a different AI. What about Amazon Titan this time? So I'm going to do the same. And here is what Amazon Titan gives you. So this could be the backdrop of a very good logo that I can create. So you see what multi AIs does for you. You get to have infinite choices when it comes to design options because every AI is a unique personality, like a unique designer. So when you have access to all those designer AIs, definitely the results are different. Now, removal of backgrounds, it's a very simple process with Pixie. Just put in your image, click on next, upload your image, click on generate. And here you have the image with the background removed in a matter of seconds. No need to do all that masking and silly stuff. It's easy with Pixie. And did you notice when we went to remove backgrounds, It knew exactly which AI can do so. So we are constantly updating Pixie, adding in new AI capabilities as time goes by. And every time we make sure that you don't waste time experimenting fruitlessly. So if only one or two or three AIs can do a particular task out of the workloads, Pixie will just recommend that one. So if you want to use DALI 3 to remove backgrounds, it's not going to happen. But Segmine does it, and Pixie gives you the exact solution for every purpose. Let's try to create a banner design now. Let's use DALI 3. Look at this beautiful art that Dolly created. Next, let's try the blog creation part. So this is actually going to create a blog image for us based on the text we put in, based on some article content. So let's get some content. This is an article from one of my blogs. I'm just gonna grab some paragraphs from it, paste it over here, select the number of images I want to make, select the size if I want to change the size, of course, select the AI that I want to use, and then click on generate. So we got this insane pic of Sam Altman. It's funny, but perfect for the blog that I'm writing. You get what Pixie can do for you. It can make things very easy without you having to do all that manual work. This time, let's try converting a photograph to anime. So again, you have several options. I'm going to use Deep AI this time. Click on next, and I will upload this image. Click on generate. This is the anime version that Deep AI made. Let's try different AI, same image, and this is what Stability created. Let's try to create a sign now. An old man holding a sign sounds good. And let's write hi there on this. Here we have it. And you got different options, all kinds of people holding different signs. You can use them in your ads, mockups, whatever you want. You can also generate scenescape. So if you want to create an oceanscape, for example, you can tell Pixie how you want it to look. Let's use Amazon Titan this time, or Segmine Vega. Okay, let's try this one. And where are you viewing the ocean from? So from the coast of Phuket, click on generate. Perfect recreation of the Phuket coastline. I still remember the blue water, the ships yonder, and the islands. You can create all sorts of sceneries and animals too. So if you want to create a tiger or a lion or whatever animal you want, you can create it using multiple AIs, and you can also describe the color or how you want the animal to look. You can create buildings, literally the entire range of graphics that you can imagine. Pixie can create it, and using multiple AIs. With hundreds of workloads, Pixie is gonna save you invaluable time. You'll be able to create anything in just a few clicks, and with access to dozens of different AIs, you will get the capacity to create the exact results that you want. In fact, you're gonna be the best graphics AI creator in the market because you have access to every single high quality graphics AI out there. Within Pixie, no need to go out. Again, in my images, you can see all the past images that you created. They're all here for you. You can browse them. It even has the facility to search them if you want. You can sort them. You can filter them according to workloads. You can filter them according to models. All of this is out there. It's a really powerful software. So if you're ready to be the master of AI and dominate graphics design, get Pixie now with this special deal, and I will see you inside. This is Cyril Gupta signing off.
Okay, so we are back. So I have a question for you, Cyril, about this. It looks really cool. The fact that this is able to create all those images so easily. My questions are this. I know with some of these platforms out there, I know that you have a credit system. So I want to talk about that, how that works. And I know
Absolutely.
that with some of these software, you need to actually purchase like a monthly fee to them, and it doesn't matter how much you use it, you're going to be paying that monthly fee even over and over again. Even if you're a smaller business and you're not using it very much, maybe you're just using it a few times a month or whatever, you're still going to be paying a monthly fee. I know that yours is a one-time payment, but you do have a credit system. Talk to me a little bit about how that credit system works and how
Absolutely.
do you spend those credits.
Yeah, sure. All right, Mike. First thing I also want to point out that Pixie does not just create image, it also edits images. So you could take a photograph from your computer, you could take an image from your computer. For example, one of the workflows we have is upscaling. Let's say you have a little picture of you or of something that you want to preserve, or you want to put it on a flyer, or you want to print it, and it's just not enough resolution. So there is an upscaling system in Pixie. You could just put it in, and Pixie is going to blow it up with while retaining the quality, and then you can print it, or you could put it on a big screen. It's just going to work fine. Another workflow I have is, for example, restore photograph. Let's say you've got a broken photograph, an old memory that you want to conserve. Pixie will take out all the blemishes. It can even colorize photographs. So that's just three samples. Actually, there are dozens and dozens of things you can do with existing images. Like I said earlier, change your hairstyle. The Pixie can do that. Now, coming to your big question, that's absolutely right, Mike. There is a credit system in it, but off the bat, when you pay for the one-time payment, we're going to give you all of that back in credit and more. So whatever you've spent with us at the outset, it's going to be returned back to you in credits. Now, why do I need credits and how do we spend it? See, at the back end of this, there are actually dozens and dozens of models working, and we are actually using company resources from all these companies, and they're definitely not going to give you free access. There's compute involved, and AI is crazy expensive. You need to run it on GPUs, right? It's not running on an XT or a very old Windows laptop. These are prime machines, so you got to pay for all of that. So what we did was, now, like you said, if you were to go and try to get access to all of these AIs individually, you might have to create 20 different accounts, 25 different accounts, and then you will be paying a monthly recurring. Sometimes you'll be even not be able to get the prices that we get, because I'm a bulk buyer of all the APIs, all the AIs. I did Bloggy earlier, which had 15 AIs. I have another product which is also similar. So I have a lot of good deals going on with these companies where I save a lot of money and I just pass it on to the buyers. So the credit system pays for the back-end processing that I'm doing, but it's pretty much every penny that you're spending, you're actually getting more than what you would even hope to get if you were a customer of any of these AI models directly. So it's actually something that you save at every moment. Now, inside, if you do run out of credits, now I can tell you this. I did a test run of Pixie. Like nowadays, before I do a massive launch of a product, I do a test beta run where I give access to this product to about 100 or 150 people, where they can actually use it every day, test it out, and then tell me if there are any flaws, and we fix it before we even bring it to the market. So I did that with Pixie, and I can tell you the people who are using it from the last 3 months, they haven't spent even 1/4 of the credits. So the credits that I give you now, for example, with the elite version and then the pro upgrade, it's enough for most people to last a year or even 2 years. So I don't think people will be running out of it very fast or spending a lot of money with me on credit. But if you do run out, like if you're doing a commercial job, you're making a lot of money off it, you're generating like 15, 20 images a day or maybe 30 images. Yeah, I can hear you. So I'm just going to backtrack a little bit. So like I said, if you do run out of credits, let's say if you're creating a lot of images every day, like 30, 40 images a day, and you're doing a service and you're making money off it, and if you do eventually run out of credits, you can easily buy them inside, and they are very, very affordable. Like my mission is not to make a lot of money off this. I want to scale it up. I want to serve as many customers as possible. So this is always going to be affordable, both while you're buying the product and you get the credits, get the value in the credits, and later when you buy the credits, if you need to.
Does a credit equal like an image, or how does that work? Like, how does the credit work?
Actually, it depends on the AIs. Like some AIs will only use a one credit. Some AIs, but if there is something that is more complicated, something that requires a lot of processing, something that's a specialized workflow from a specialized company, then of course it's going to be a different deal. You might have to spend 5, 10, 25 credits. So usually it's not equivalent to one image. Like I'm giving 30,000 credits on Elite and 85,000 on Pro. So that's over 100,000 something, like 125,000 credits, if 115,000 credits if somebody buys them. So that's actually good enough to create several thousand images, And if you just do the basic workflows, you can do something like it's 3 credits per image. So you could do something like 9,000 images. So that's a lot of crazy number.
It shouldn't be an issue for most. It shouldn't be an issue for most people, especially if you guys pick up the bundle, which we're going to talk about.
Nobody has paid me now. Sorry to interrupt again, but nobody has paid me now for any credits yet. So I'm a little sad, but that's how it is. Like nobody's buying credits, so they're not running out, I see.
Good. Okay. I feel at ease with that, especially I know you guys have a bundle discount. We're going to talk about that. So walk me through the funnel here. You've got a front end offer. You've got a pro, a reseller, a collective pro, a bunch of these, and then you have a bundle discount. So talk to me about that.
Absolutely. Now, Mike, AI is my focus right now from ever since, last year when the AI revolution happened. I have been working very hard to create a lot of AI driven products. Pixie is, of course, my latest launch. Now, in this offer, in this particular funnel, I've got Pixie front end, which is Pixie Elite, and it's going to give you access to nearly all of the things that you need. Some of the things, of course, I have kept for professional people who are actually using Pixie to run a business, or who are doing a lot of image generation, or who need these advanced workflows which are costlier, which are more specific to business processes. But most of the time, like I would say, if somebody is an individual user who just wants to use for his own personal use, not like really use it for a business, the front end elite would be enough. But the pro upgrade gives you 85,000 credit right away. Again, let me emphasize, all of the money that you spend, it's just gonna come back to you in credits. So it's like a huge no-brainer, because you're gonna get the money back in credits, and then all the other features, like it's got the 50 extra workflows. It's got some AIs extra. So there are 3 extra secret AIs that are only in professional workflows. So we give them access to that. And there are a bunch of other features, like I'm giving people 2 years of free upgrades on Pixie, and I would say it's again a no-brainer because of that. Because as you know, I do a lot of updates on my product. So every time, every 15 days or a month, there's something coming out, and there's a new development on the product. So especially in AI, you got to be at the cutting edge. So with Pixie Upgrade Pro version, you get 2 years of free upgrade. You don't have to pay for any upgrades, and all the features come to you. All the new AIs come to you. So these are a lot of there are actually 11 different advantages, benefits to upgrade for upgrading to Pro. That's the next one. For I think in the launch it's $67, and it's a special price. After the launch, it's going to go up and go to recurring. By the way, all of my products that I close launches, all of them are on recurring. Pixie will be on recurring, so only during launch it's a one-time price. Now beyond that, I have something really special. It's Pixie Reseller, and that gives you 70 licenses of Pixie that you can sell. So you can actually make money from Pixie. We've done all the work to create the software. Everything is set up and ready, and it's a long-term software that's not going to go out of development or not going to obsolete. So you can get 70 licenses from it, and we're going to sell these licenses for like $47 from the front end and $67 for the back end, but yearly and monthly recurring. So it's like about $6,000 of value. So all of the people who have bought reseller licenses from me in the past, they've always made money. And one more important thing, right after the launch, I will not have the reseller license. It will never be sold
So
again.
it's the
So
only
only during
opportunity
the
to get it
launch.
is during the launch. You can
Yep.
either get it through the
Yep.
funnel or you can get it by getting the bundle discount.
Yes, absolutely. After the launch, I will not provide the reseller license. It doesn't make sense, because launches for me are a way to, refinance my development. Like I've spent a lot of money on creating this product, and by the launch, I just take that money back, and then I'm able to keep it long term through my recurring sales and ads and all these processes that I have. But it's just like not having to pay for it from my own pocket. So I like to do that. But the kind of offers that I do on the launch, I can never repeat it. So the reseller version is only on the launch. Next, I have on this something that I'm really proud of. It's called AI Collective, and it's a collection of 50 different LLM models. So think of it like Pixie, but for chat. And you can chat with 50 different AIs from a single box through AI Collective. So you
Okay.
can talk to ChatGPT 4, you can talk to ChatGPT 4o, you can talk to Claude, you can talk to Mistral, you can talk to Llama 3. Like these are the top names that people know of, but there are 45 other AIs in there that you can talk to, all from one box. So it's a crazy, crazy value. Again, a single place to talk to all of the AIs in the market. And like in Pixie, I'm just going to keep it updated, keep bringing new AIs to it, and make sure that it's always the best offer. Now, here's the calculation. If people were to pay $20 a month for Claude, $20 a month for ChatGPT, then $20 a month for Perplexity to get access to Llama 3, or it just adds up together. Like at the minimum, to get just access to the top 5 best AI, they're going to be paying $100 a month minimum. But in Pixie, in AI Collective, all of these AIs are there. You can talk to and use all of these AIs, and you don't have to pay $20 a month. It's
I just like
it's
the fact that
crazy. It's a
they're
crazy
able
deal.
to leverage your discounts that you're able to get as a developer because you do things in bulk. So you're buying a bunch of the
Yes.
API, that they're able to access that. And the fact that, again, I think you've got a couple more upgrades that are in here, but I just think it just makes, you just keep on making the bundle make more and more sense. So I know you're going to talk about it in a second. I'll let you finish the funnel.
Yeah, awesome. So next I've got Voicey. Just so you know, AI is like text, audio, and image. So Voicey is like Pixci for voice, and I give you access to all the top AIs for voices. It has 500 voices, Mike, from all the top providers, and it gives you a crazy amount of control over the realism. It also has voice cloning, so you could clone your voice if you want to. It's actually got a lot of stuff. One of the things that I did different, for example, in this is create conversations. Now, you've seen those drama scripts where you have the name of the character, a little colon, and the dialogue. You could just feed it that drama script, and it's going to churn out a conversation in the voices that you select. So you and me right now, we could just feed it the transcript of Mike and Cyril talking, and it's going to create a complete voice conversations. So you imagine what you could do with this. Like people, they've been doing things like narrations on shorts, and they've been doing like narrations on faceless videos. But with this, you can actually create conversational podcast complete with feeling, with emotion, with the realism, and even with different accents. So like I'm an Indian guy, so I have an Indian accent. You could actually make a guy speak in an Indian accent. So he would be speaking English but in Indian accent.
Can
so
we
that
make
kind of
me
thing
speak with an Indian accent?
Oh yeah, of course, of course.
That would be great.
Yeah, you could do that. So yeah, that's a crazy value too. So
Cool.
I've done that for every single AI workflow. So voice is for voice. Now the last product on this funnel is Mighty Memes, and it's a product that will help you create memes easily. It's got thousands of meme templates. You can click a button, feed in a text, and you would get a meme. So the idea is to help you go viral. And this is a little bit different from any other meme software that you might have seen, because typically what happens in those is you just don't have the range and specificity. Like it actually has real templates of memes which are viral. So you can just readapt these memes in seconds instead of trying to find the design, then editing it in Photoshop or whatever you're trying to edit. You just need to type the text and you get the viral meme. And it's also got a public feed, so you can get inspired from other people. You could just reuse their work if you want to, and it posts directly to social media. So this is a way to get viral, because I know that people who produce content, they want to be on social media, they want to be on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, and this product can help them go viral anywhere.
So you've got all those different products. I mean, these are in the sales funnel that you have, and they're optional upgrades.
Yes.
But you have a bundle discount that you're going to be talking about. I know that people can access this. You're doing a webinar if you're watching this before today on Wednesday the 22nd at 2 p.m. I think you also are going to have maybe a webinar before the launch goes live on Thursday as well. Do you have another webinar scheduled then too?
Yes. I have actually a webinar on 23rd too, which is tomorrow at 10 a.m. EST. So there's going to be a rerun. It's going to be a live webinar. Attend.
You can sign up below and be the first people in for the webinar today. If you're watching this beforehand, if you miss this and because I'm late on recording this, so if you're watching this after 2 p.m. and you still want to watch this, you can still sign up on that link below. If it's not going to the sales page yet, then it's going to be going to sign up for that webinar. You can still sign up for that webinar. Tell me about the bundle discount, because this is an amazing deal.
Absolutely. So now a lot of these products I'm reselling today, like you could buy Voicey for $6-7 a month for the front end, then upgrade to the pro version for another $97. You could do that with AI Collective too, 6-7 plus 97. Now on this funnel, what I've done is all of these products are available one time. You don't need to pay a recurring charge at all. You don't need to pay monthly. You don't need to pay yearly. So that's a huge amount of savings. And you get the pro deal. So you get the elite version of the product and then the pro deal. So it's actually worth a lot of money. You get Pixci with Pixci Elite, you get the Pro upgrade, you get Pixci Reseller, AI Collective Pro, which is worth another, I think, $160 per year. You get Mighty Memes Pro, you get Voicey Pro. If you put the value together, it's gonna be a north of $1,000. And right now, if people grab it from during the launch period, the price that I will offer it to them is going to be $297. But if you give them there is a discount coupon. I'm sure you'll put it somewhere, maybe in the comments or your mail or somewhere. And it's a secret discount coupon, so I'm not going to speak it. But of course, you can give it to your audience yourself. They're going to get a $50 off further on that. So it's going to be $247 only during launch. And that's the first day of the launch. The prices might increase. I don't intend to just give access to a crazy amount of people for the same price. So as the sale goes on, I see the numbers coming and I see the people who are already off in the gate. I might raise the price in the, as the launch goes on.
I think it's a great deal, especially just considering the fact that a lot of these other software charge monthly, and they're going to get a bunch of credits that they can use for all these different things and all these different software. I think it's a ridiculous deal. Cyril, thank you so much for coming on the show today. Is there anything else, anything you want to mention before we wrap it up?
Absolutely. Now, this was a pleasure, Mike. I really appreciate you getting me on even at this late hour for you. I'm not sure what time it is, but it's late, right now in the evening. Now, I just want to stress one more point. Even if you spent money for some of these AIs, you wouldn't be able to get them because these are developer only AIs. Like there's a bunch of AIs that are not even accessible through a membership. You can't pay any money. Now, if you were going to pay $20 a month, $30 a month, it wouldn't matter because they're not for sale, but there are special interfaces to get access to them. And that's how I put them together in Pixci. So like I would say 50% of the AIs in Pixci, they're not accessible. You wouldn't get access to them. So it's not just about getting the APIs out there, but also getting access to secret AIs that you just can't reach if you're not a developer. So yeah, that's a strong value. Pixci is probably the only way right now for the user, for the end user, somebody who's not a programmer, not a technician, to get to this technology.
Again, thank you so much for coming on the show and best of luck with your launch.
Thank you so much.